So I was basically sitting here to trim out a segment of one of my videos, and I was like, "Do you know what? I might as well just actually do a video." So here it is. My name is Lil McGreasy, and this is going to be a very awkward video for me because my ear is currently blocked. This ear here, and that's you don't need to know about this. This ear is blocked. I'm going to react to something with the left ear. So they recommended, luckily bless me, with why superpowers would suck in real life. Me personally, if I got the superpower to teleport, I would. I love that. Or turn invisible, I love that. We're just gonna watch why superpowers would suck in real life. In three, two, one. I almost forgot to press record.
Invisibility.
Oh, we're just
To
starting
some
straight off the
people,
bat. Okay,
invisibility would be a dream superpower.
it would
They
be.
fantasize about all the things they could do without being noticed. Not exactly heroic things, but when you look closer, it's not as cool as it sounds. Here's the problem. For you to see, light has to hit the back of your eyes. But if you're invisible, light would just pass through you, leaving you blind. And if somehow your eyes could catch light, they would still be visible, making you a pair of floating eyeballs.
Yeah, but like you're invisible, but like maybe the sun doesn't know you're invisible. Maybe the light doesn't know. I don't know. Clearly, it works for all these superheroes that turn invisible.
Just creepy. To go fully invisible, you need to be completely naked. Not that some of you would mind that, but you wouldn't be able to carry anything either, and since no one can see you, they would crash into you all the time. You better not use perfume or even make noise breathing. People would still know you are there. Plus, if you're thinking that you
Yeah, but you'll be invisible so no one can hear you. If you could, I don't know.
could rob a bank, a thermal camera would still spot your heat radiation, making it nearly impossible to sneak in undetected. Intangibility. Picture
Intangibility.
this. You've just unlocked intangibility. You're super excited, so you decide to phase your hand through a wall. But the moment you activate your powers, you drop straight through the floor, sinking into the earth.
No, because you can tell your mind when to run onto a wall. You should know that you're gonna fall straight to the other floor. But if you think about it, you can run onto the wall when you want to, but you know that you have to stay on the floor, so you don't think about it. What am I on about?
You either deactivate your powers and become fused into rock, suffocating to death, or continue sinking until you reach the molten center of the earth due to gravity, unable to do anything, waiting until you decide to die. Super speed. A moderate super speed of about 190 miles per hour, like Dash's, wouldn't be so bad. The problems would be minimal. But if we're talking about speed similar to the Flash, without Speed Force, then it would be a disaster waiting to happen. You would have to generate an enormous amount of force, far greater than what the human body can handle, and it would cause your legs to simply rip off your body. Here's another thing. Air isn't empty. It's filled with elements like oxygen and nitrogen, plus tons of tiny dust particles. As you move through air, you're rubbing against these particles, generating friction that produces heat.
Clearly. What's happening here?
Moving at super speed would generate enough heat to burn your entire body.
Yeah, but do you not have like this protective force field around you, so you would just run? McGreasy, pay attention to the video. It's real life. You would not have a force field if it's real life. But then again, if you have super speed in real life, then you're bound to have some sort of protection, like some sort of force field on you.
Let's say you don't burn. You still need to see where you're going. Human perception isn't adapted to handle high speeds, so moving at super speed would make...
Or, here's the thing. You move super fast, but like, your vision is super slow. It's like that one Quicksilver scene from X-Men Days of Future Past on Apocalypse.
everything blurry. The speed at which you think would need to match your physical speed, otherwise you would just crash into things, possibly doing what A-Train did, just running through people. And in the case that your perception does keep up, the world around you would seem so slow that you'd basically be stuck in time. Having super speed would also mean burning millions of calories every day, so you'd go broke, buying all the food needed to keep your metabolism satisfied. Teleportation. As you might know, the Earth is in constant motion through space. moving at around 67,000 miles per hour. It rotates, orbits the sun, and the solar system orbits around the center of the galaxy. If you wanted to teleport, you would need to calculate the exact position of the Earth through space, or else you would teleport into space, dying instantly. Immortality. If you were given the choice between dying in 1 year or becoming immortal, what would you choose? The choice seems obvious, doesn't it? You're thinking that being
Yeah.
immortal would be much better than dying in a year, right? But if you're immortal, you would have to watch everyone you love die over and over again until you don't have any emotional feelings anymore. You would live to see the human race die out. You would see the world end, and ultimately, you would be
But at least you get to see GTA 6.
drifting in space all alone for eternity. Time stop. Oh, time stop. The superpower desired by many. Time stop would be a dream come true for some individuals for obvious reasons, but in reality, it would be a nightmare. The moment you stop time, the molecules of air around you would stop as well, making it impossible to breathe. It also means photons would stop, rendering you unable to see. So you
Stop time, not stop. Wait, what?
breathe or see until you either resume time or just die. Great power, huh? Super strength. Super strength sounds awesome, right? In real life, though, it's a mess. Everything's designed for regular people, meaning that if you were super strong, you would be breaking doorknobs, keyboards, and glasses left and right. Imagine going to hug your mom and breaking her spine because you don't know how to control your strength yet. Having super strength doesn't mean you're indestructible either. If you punch a wall, for example, because of Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The force that you applied to the wall would be applied back to you with the same intensity, knocking you back and breaking your hand.
Well, you know what they say, with great power comes great responsibility. I mean, they have their own, like, environments. So, if they have their power, they can control how they feel about the power. Yes, right, they have it, but they control how they use it. Like, you don't have to, say, fall to the floor, or you don't have to, like, crush this just because you're super strong. They learn how to control their powers. If that makes any sense. I'm not making any sense. My name is Lil McQueasy. This video did not make any sense, did it? I will see you in the next video. I don't know what it's going to be. Hopefully it's going to be something good. In fact, I think it might be an LP. That's right, I am bringing those back. I might bring those back. But what could the first game be? I don't know. My name's Lil McQueasy. We'll see what happens. Bye.